guys, welcome back to the channel Dr. Mom. I hope you're all very sound and safe and staying indoors and not stepping out of your homes for anything unless necessary. So, coming to today's video, I think if you have been following me on my Instagram, by now you would know that we are doing a 10-month curated homeschooling curriculum for kids age 2 to 4. So if you're a parent of 2 to 4, head to my Instagram right now and follow me there to get daily updates on what should you go about teaching your kid each day. Not teaching, basically just incorporating different kind of play ideas, or you can use the hashtag Dr. Mom Play Ideas to browse through the activities that we are doing. Coming to today's video, it is an often questioned topic about pre-writing skills. Pre-writing skills are not particular hard and fast rule that you give a pencil to a child and make them write ABC. What I would say is that before a child starts to write, you need to develop a lot of skills for them to strengthen both their core muscles and the smaller muscles of their fingers so that they're able to balance and write properly. Child goes through different stages of growth before they actually learn the pencil grasp, starting from pincer grasp at around 10 months up to it goes upon up to 4 to 5 years when they finally master the proper art of the tripod grip and write how we are writing today. So instead of jumping straightly into how the child has to start writing, no, please do not set any unrealistic expectations ki chalo my kid should do so and so. Your child to enjoy writing, to develop interest in writing, then what you have to do is just try out different activities age appropriate so that they get motivated to do more. Basically this video is getting divided into two sections. The first part of the video is wherein I'm going to just share with you some very simple basic activities, and the second half of the video, I would be discussing the proper pre-writing skill, again divided into two sections, the unstructured written skills and the structured written skills. So coming to the first activity, it is basically a threading or a lacing activity. As you can see, this is a doodle board. You can also use your cardboards and punch holes in this and provide shoelaces or any kind of lace for them. All they have to do is just hold this thread or the lace and try to insert it in the hole. So if you can see this movement, the fingers, how they're able to hold, this is what is giving them the idea of holding tiny objects in between their fingers and trying to pull it out. Okay, so this is another modification of this activity is using pipe cleaners or straws. You just have to again insert it inside these things, these tiny holes punched in, or you can use colanders. That is very famous all around. You can see that activity is lacing. So basically it's just lacing around, trying to focus the child so that they are able to put it inside that hole and not deviate anywhere else, for concentration purpose. And the next activity or next skill is using scissors. This is a child safe scissor. All you have to do is make patterns and shapes or something and make the child try to cut them. Okay, so initially they are not able to hold, they are not able to get this grasp. You have to teach them how to hold this and teach them how to make this continuous movement. Right now Ahian is close to 3 years of age and he is just able to make the first cut. And that repeated cut that you have to be telling repeatedly, it is not very easy for them. So he's practicing to do that and making all I draw a lot of patterns and make him do like this, straight, curve, things like that. Next thing is a pegboard activity. I had made this color wheel or a pin wheel and offered few clothespins, the colored ones, and all they have to do is just match it. Just this also involves, you just see the activity, any activity at your home wherein the child has to use their fingers like this, anything like trying to insert straws inside cans or trying to do the coin dropping activity, just like this. So in this way they are learning the colors, they are learning to hold the peg and trying to insert this here. So red for red. The next activity is using any material like clay or kinetic sand. This is kinetic sand that we're using right now. So all they have to do is just try to mold it and make shapes out of it or make circles out of it, anything. All they have to do is just make any kind of kneading activity. So it is very good activity, strengthening the tip of the muscles, and making them make all kind of movements here. If you see, all these things are moving around. So this is a very good activity for them to understand the concept of writing. Also, I would like to mention here before proceeding further that I would be putting a different video in which we will be discussing the pre-writing expectations of the child, age appropriate, the development of the grasp, wherein we'll be talking about right from the pincer grasp, the palmar grasp, then the age appropriate, how the grasp is developing and what you need to do at those periods. And then I would be addressing the problems facing, the genuine problem the child is facing during the pre-writing skill, like how to identify those problems and how to rectify those problems. So this video is just basically only upon the different activities for the pre-writing skills. So one of the very first activities that we tried was a salt tray tracing activity. I just used a normal baking tray and had put some colored salt over it. And what we did, we just used cotton buds. You can use the own fingers or toothpicks, anything for the child to just scribble over the salt. You just have to make alphabets or shapes or any random scribbling, just anything that the child will feel comfortable at. You just aim that the child is trying to focus on the tray and making random patterns. The very purpose of this activity is to keep them engaged, is for them to understand and feel how they have to trace alphabet. Or you can do one thing, you can write an alphabet like this and make them trace. I say just follow the shape, trace the alphabet. So they're getting the idea of tracing the alphabet. They're getting that sensory feel, like how they should use their fingers, how it has to move around. And when you're giving them things like cotton buds, they are getting the idea of holding it. They will just hold it like this and go about doing. They will not have this proper grasp. It is okay, you give them time. Over a period of time, if you do this activity regularly, daily, then they will surely get the idea of how to hold a pen and how to hold and write. Initially, a 2-year-old kid can just hold the bird and just make random shapes. But I just show him the alphabet card. I keep a flashcard, so he's just trying to observe and try to copy the alphabet. They do not do it perfectly well, but yeah, they are training over a period of time. It is a nice activity for them. Next, in this unstructured writing skill, I would say you can just give them a blackboard and write anything, or you can just make shapes or patterns and give them a paintbrush dipped in water. All they have to do is try to erase the thing from their water. No wet brush, it's not wet right now, but they just have to do so. They're learning the pattern of whatever you have written. If you have written an alphabet, they are trying to trace the alphabet. So this is how the activity goes. Water painting is a very hit activity for kids. If they are very much interested in playing with water, then I'm sure they're going to like this activity. Again, the same concept. They're learning the pincer grasp. They're trying to focus. There's a lot of hand-eye coordination skill that is involved in this activity, where the child is just trying to focus on the alphabet or the patterns or the diagram that you have drawn on the blackboard, and they are trying to just erase it out. Next is the doodle board. We all have these doodle boards. They are very handy, and the child is very much interested in these kind of boards. Ours are broken, torn apart. I don't know. Things are missing. They're used at the max, I can say. So they just have to scribble random things and keep erasing them, scribble again, erase them. So this is one of the boards that you can offer to them. We use it almost every other day. The next board that I'm discussing here is a magnetic board, which comes with a magnetic pen. I think it's clear. So the best thing about this board is that you'll have to just fix it. You just focus it upon a single thing like a red ball and try to move it to places, to its proper destination where you want it to go. So the minute you loosen your grip, the ball is not going to move ahead according to your desired movement. So basically, this is an excellent activity for the child to understand that you have to continuously apply pressure while writing. When you're writing on a paper, when you're writing on a blackboard, on a slate, the child has to understand that the minute he loosens his grip, he's going to stop writing. He won't be able to scribe further. So that notion, that indication is getting reinforced in this activity. So they have to continuously apply pressure till they reach their destination. So that is a very good thing about this board. Of all the items that I'm using in this video, you can find the links on the description box below. The same product or a variation of these products, so you can click and buy directly from those links. So far the previous activities were unstructured activities. So this is more of a structured activity wherein when the child has learnt all the previous skills now, that you have to hold the pencil like this, hold the crayon like this, when they can understand, you have to take the next step of them making an attempt to write properly the proper strokes. So firstly you start with a straight line, then sleeping lines, but before you start writing properly on notebooks, I suggest using a normal DIY like this. You take a cardboard and make patterns of the common patterns that you think the child will find useful. Straight lines are easy for kids, so that is the reason we didn't do it here. You can do like this, slanting lines, then straight and horizontal, vertical lines. So all they have to do is just keep paper beneath, they just have to trace it. So they are getting that concept of how to go about moving the pencil while writing on the paper. Continuity is maintained. They understand that once they start at a point, they stop at a point, they're able to make a pattern like this. So we can do it repeatedly. You can try different designs, or you can even give shapes. You can just give cardboard cutting things. So this comes in structured writing skills. The ones I discussed previously were the non-structured. Having is in proper tracing. You can put it in a paper. I use sheet protectors because we can use it repeatedly, or you can even use a pencil when doing in papers so that you can erase and write. All they have to do is just try to follow these patterns. Like from point A to point B, they have to reach this destination just like that. So this also becomes very structured. The child is trying to focus ki chalo we have to go from here to there, things like that. Next activity what we did is numbers written on both the ends, like one here and one here. So what the child has to do, they just have to match across. It is like match the following. So we use different objects on either side of the board. On the either side of the paper, like we use alphabets, matching capital to small, matching A to apple, and red to red colors. So anything of this kind. I got few books previously when we tried these matching skills. I'll just show them. Something like this. You can get creative, like the paintbrush and the paint box, something like that. So we had got few books, and another thing we did was circling objects. So if you see, these are shadows of sea animals. So when you're having an octopus, you ask them where is the octopus, they have to circle it. You see the child has circled, I see. So all this comes in structured writing skill. Then comes this maze, following the maze. This is a bit complex for a 3-year-old. Ahyan is still finding it difficult. They are not able to understand ki it is open here, it is closed here. You have to go like this and like this. They are still learning the process. If you sit with them, probably they do repeatedly, they can understand. But as of now, he is not able to do that. He's 3-year-old right now. I feel it is confusing for the child, so we don't do that. So you feel that the child is ready to start writing alphabets, I will let you know. I personally believe to go ahead with a wipe and erase board book because it is easy to maintain. It is easy for the child to write. But one disadvantage of this book is that they are very closely spaced. It is difficult for the child to, write alphabets that are very closely spaced. So then I went ahead to buy books like these. This also I feel is like very closely spaced. So you can try something like a bigger box. Big ones, so it is easy for them to write. So this is one book that I got just yesterday, ABC. It's very hard to get English books here, so but I'm not interested to start this book right now. I'm just showing for the sake of this video. If you feel your child is ready, like around 4 years, then you can go ahead with this. See, you are having 4 ruled books, and you just have to trace. They're just showing how you have to go about writing the alphabet. Or if you're not comfortable with such kind of books, then you can always go ahead and get normal 4 ruled books, and you can use your own things like straight lines, then slanting lines, and you can just guide the child to start writing. And one more thing is using flashcard. What we do is we just try to use like this, run our fingers over the alphabet formation. We have the Jolly Phonics book, so it is having sandpapered letters where you can just try to imitate the letter formation. So you can use it with you can use it even with your own flashcards, and you can just try the child to formulate and offer pencil for them to scribble over again and again. So these are few activities that we have tried. So let me know in the comment section which of the activities that you like and you're going to try with your child, and which you found it new and useful. And do subscribe to my channel right now, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, and hit on the bell notification button to get notified when the next video is uploaded. I'm sure you will not get disappointed here. Stay safe and take care. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Have a good day. Also, guys, another important point, that if you're interested in buying an ABC worksheet for your kids or workbook for your kids, you can see for the discount code in my description box below. I'm linking it down here for you to order it directly from Build Your Own Masterpiece class. They are focusing on both art, cooking, and craft based activities for alphabet learning, and they do have a lot of different worksheets on their platform. Do check their website, guys, and again, the description box, check down for all the other information that you want to see.